Birds of prey. What are birds of prey? Hawks, vultures, falcons, osprey, kites, eagles, and owls are all birds of prey. They eat the flesh of other animals for food. Most catch their prey live by swooping down on it and carrying it away in their claws, called talons. Some birds of prey eat the flesh of animals that have died or been killed by other predators. These birds are called scavengers. When do they hunt for food? Birds of prey hunt for food at different times of the day. Key. The animals in bold letters are all birds of prey. 1. Bald eagle. 2. Rabbit. 3. Peregrine falcon. 4. Blue jay. 5. Red-tailed hawk. 6. Quail. 7. Red-shouldered hawk. 8. Snake. 9. Frog. 10. Bobwhite. 11. Screech owl. 12. Marsh hawk. 13. Short-eared owl. 14. Mouse.
15. Possum.
16. Burrowing owl. 17. Barn owl. 18. Nighthawk. 19. Great-horned owl. 20. Raccoon. What special body parts do they have? Birds of prey use their powerful hooked beaks and talons to gather and tear their food. They have a special part of the stomach called a gizzard, which grinds up the food. Birds of prey have bones that are paper-thin, hollow, and light so that they can fly. Their wings provide power and lift for flying and gliding, and their feathers overlap in special ways to help this. Feathers also keep the bird warm.
These birds have air sacs inside their bodies to store the extra oxygen needed for flying.
Crop, stomach, gizzard, pancreas, the digestive system of an eagle, the hooked beak of an eagle, the talons of a bald eagle.
Falcons and eagles can achieve great speed. They sweep back their wings while in flight as they go into a dive at speeds of up to 75 miles, 120 kilometers per hour. Vultures have broad rectangular wings which help them circle at very slow speeds, using warm air currents called thermals.
How do they raise their young? Birds of prey make different types of nests. Some nest in tall trees or on high ledges. Others nest on sea cliffs and lay eggs that are pointed at one end so that they roll in a circle rather than over the edge. Parents take turns sitting on the nest and leaving it to collect food. When the young are born, they do not have feathers and are quite helpless. Parents work very hard to provide them with enough food until they leave the nest. As they grow, young birds of prey spend days standing on the edge of their nest, beating their wings, strengthening their muscles, and practicing the movements for flying. The peregrine falcon. Where do you find them? Peregrine falcons are found all over the world. Some wild peregrine falcons lay eggs on ledges of tall buildings and bridges in cities. These ledges are like the ledges on the high rock cliffs that falcons use for nesting in the wild. What do they eat? Falcons hunt smaller birds, small rodents, and reptiles. The peregrine falcon is a great hunter. A diving peregrine is the fastest bird in the world. It can reach speeds up to 170 miles, or 282 kilometers per hour. What have people done to threaten them? About 30 years ago, peregrine falcons nearly died out. They were poisoned by eating animals and birds which had eaten the pesticide called DDT. DDT also made their eggshells thinner, and many chicks died because they hatched too early. DDT was banned in the United States in 1973. The number of peregrine falcons is now much larger because people have helped to protect them. How DDT can be absorbed through the food chain. DDT is sprayed on crops. Insects eat the plants that have been sprayed with poison. The small animals and birds eat the insect. Peregrine falcons eat the small animals and birds. Bald eagle. Where do you find them? The bald eagle is a large, powerful bird. It has a white head and tail feathers. It is found only in North America. Bald eagles nest in tall trees. What do they eat? Bald eagles mainly eat fish. Their tongues are a special shape which helps the eagles hold fish in their beaks as they carry them to their nests or to a safe place for eating. A bald eagle and its young in their nest. A bald eagle's tongue. What have people done to threaten them? Some of the fish that the bald eagle eats are poisoned by leaking oil from ships. Chemicals that are put into rivers, streams, and lakes also harm them. People who hunt and fish sometimes killed bald eagles near salmon streams. Many of the trees where bald eagles made their nests were cut down for logging or mining. Since 1982, it has been against the law to harm bald eagles or their nests. As the national bird of the United States, the bald eagle needs help from people. These fish have been killed by farm chemicals. The bald eagle is featured on the national emblem and presidential seal of the United States of America. The burrowing owl. Where do you find them? Burrowing owls are found in and around the ground where they nest. They nest in the burrows left by prairie dogs, gopher tortoises, woodchucks, and other burrowing animals. Sometimes they dig their own burrows. What do they eat? Burrowing owls hover in mid-air to catch insects. They eat mammals such as mice, rats, ground squirrels, young prairie dogs and cottontails, pocket gophers, chipmunks, and shrews. They also eat lizards, snakes, crayfish, frogs, toads, fish, and scorpions. What have people done to threaten them? People have destroyed prairie dog colonies, and burrowing owls have lost their nesting places. People sometimes poison ground squirrels, so burrowing owls which eat them have died too. Owls eat a variety of insects and mammals. The nesting places of burrowing owls can be destroyed when land is cleared for farming. Protecting birds of prey. Areas of land have been set aside to become national parks, national monuments, and wildlife refuges, so these birds can breed safely. Sanctuaries, zoos, and local parks are also important nesting grounds.